Bonjour, who is this? It's Ange, my... Ange Postecoglou? I told you I don't want to go to Tottenham Hotspur. I don't want to go. My...
The Ange pull strikes again. Welcome to Tottenham Hotspur. Mathys, tell. Is that how you say his name? Mathys, tell? Mathys, tell. I mean, let's just get right into it. Because I am at a loss for words. I mean, what? How did Mathys Tel end up at Tottenham Hotspur? Because if I'm not mistaken, he rejected Tottenham literally a couple days ago. And now, breaking news today, like literally, I'm at work this morning, and then I just got the notification. Mathys Tel is on his way to London. Tottenham Hotspur are in for him with a loan. What? Bro. I mean... let's just get right into this, man. Let's get right into this. So yeah, that was his announcement video officially posted on the Tottenham Hotspur Instagram page and Twitter. So, breaking news, Mathys Tel loan deal taking him to Tottenham Hotspur will include a purchase option of $55 million or 45.7 million euros and a 6-year contract for the 19-year-old. Total deal. I mean, wow, what a freaking signing. This literally came out of nowhere. And I'm just like, I was caught so off guard because I honestly thought this deal was dead. I seriously thought this deal was dead. So the fact that we actually got this over the line is insane. I thought like this window was bare bones. Of course, we got Kevin Danzo in that, which I broke down in my latest video. Make sure to check that out. But sorry, just had to plug there. But yeah, I thought this transfer window was dead. I didn't know who we were gonna get for a forward. I know we were linked to Leon Bailey. There was the guy out of Spain that we were linked to, Nico something. I was just like, man, these are some dead men, bro. I do not want these guys in. But then we get Mathys Tel out of nowhere. Wow, Tottenham Hotspur. Wow, you surprised me. You definitely surprised me. So initially when this deal broke, there was nothing about a buy option. Like after the first couple hours of when it broke, there was nothing at all. It was just a straight loan, no option, no obligation, nothing at all. So it seems like over the development of the day that there was a buy option included because Tottenham Hotspur was pushing a lot for the buy option, which I think is huge because originally it was just looking like it was just going to be a loan, like a straight loan, which would have still been good because we need bodies in. But overall, like as a long-term thing, it would kind of suck because it's like, oh, like we can't really fall in love with him because he's just going to go back at the end of the season anyways. So I think it's really crucial that we actually got a buy option out of this, and it's an option as well. So if it doesn't go well, then we can just send him back and like wish him luck. But if it does go well, that's better for everyone involved. So it's really good that we got this over the line here, and I'm really happy with the signing. And this is the official tweet from Fabrizio Romano confirming it. Mathys Tel has signed his contract at Tottenham with the buy option included in the loan agreement. Bayern have accepted the conditions as Spurs will cover the salary until June, which is surprising that we'd actually do that. I can't lie, because you know how Levy is. So, Tottenham have a chance to trigger the clause for 60 million in the summer. Tel completed his medical today. So, from my understanding in this entire saga is that it was actually Ange Postecoglou that was the one that was able to get this over the line. Ange himself had to step in because Levy and Johan Lange was not doing their jobs properly. That's insane. Ange Postecoglou literally had to step in there and be like, yo, guys, I got this. I will take care of this, and I will call him. And he probably just said, might, like, come to Spurs, and then that was it. That was a horrible Australian accent, but you get the point. So I'm just shocked. Like, whatever Ange says, or whatever he says to these players to get them to come to Tottenham Hotspur, I don't know what it is. It's just his pull is insane. And when I listen to his press conferences, whenever he speaks, even I get gravitated towards him. Because you know how it's been these past couple of weeks, months, slowly but surely becoming Ange out. You know, it's getting rough, it's getting tough. But then when I hear an Ange Postecoglou press conference, I just get brought back in again because I'm like, wow, he is such a good speaker. If he was Spanish or like Italian or like some foreign language, I don't know if he would still be at a job at Tottenham Hotspur right now. But I think the fact that he speaks English and he's a really, really good speaker has kept him in a job and has allowed for better players to come here. So, hey, and just keep talking and we should be able to win trophies. But yeah, super duper proud of Ange for getting this one through. Like with all like the slack I give him, or should I give him, I will say this, that's huge. Huge for Ange. Super huge. So I have a graphic here just breaking down his positions that he's played for Bayern Munich and his stats for it. So he's able to play across the front three, which is crucial, I think. Ange, of course, loves the fluid players that we have that can either play in the midfielders or as attacker or across the front three or play any single midfield position or play across the whole back line. Like, he loves fluid players. It just makes the system flow way better. So if we look at the stats here, as a left winger, he has 25 caps, 4 goals and 4 assists. As a center forward, he has 23 caps, 5 goals, 1 assist. And as a right winger, he has 8 caps, 3 goals, 1 assist. So I'm not too sure how Ange Postecoglou will deploy him, but we're going to look at the different ways that he could be set up in this Tottenham Hotspur team, and I want to see like what would be best and what Ange might be able to utilize him for. But it seems like long term, what I've like gathered from Tell is that he's probably aiming to be more of a center forward long term. However, he is still very capable of doing a job out on the wing. It seems like the left wing is probably his better position, but he is able to do a job on both wings, which is crucial for this team because, as you know, our wingers are kind of suspect. Like, they be lacking sometimes. Obviously, Son is aging. Brennan Johnson is hit or miss. When Johnson gets going, he gets going, but very inconsistent. As no Odegaard has been injured, so we haven't seen much of him. However, I am dreaming, and I mean dreaming, of an Odegaard and Tell link up. Either Odegaard on the left or right, or Tell on the left or right, whichever one works. But I'm just dreaming of those two coming down. Both wingers being able to dribble, take on their man, threaten. Guys, I am dreaming of this combination, this link up. And if I'm not mistaken, Tell and Odegaard, they're friends. Like, they know each other. Like, they were in the youth team for France. They played together. Like, they are actually good friends. So they already have the kind of chemistry. If they can work on that, build that up, it could be super huge. We could have a French duo at Tottenham Hotspur for the foreseeable future. This is crazy, man. I'm super happy with this. But yeah, let's get into what potentially Tell could do in this Tottenham Hotspur team. So when fully fit, we could be looking at something like this. If this isn't an attacking formation, then I don't know what is. Of course, we have Solanke as the number 9. And now I'd assume that we'd probably want to start Son, so we'd play Son on the left and Tell on the right. And then with the midfield, I just put in our most attacking one because I assume that with the big games they want to go all out, it'd be like a Mathys, Kulusevski, and a Bentancur. And of course, the standard back line when we're all fit and Vicario and net. But wow, this team genuinely looks really threatening, guys. When everyone is at their best, this team is going to destroy other teams. This front three already looks insanely better. And I know, of course, we haven't seen Tell actually kick a ball yet, but I'm already dreaming of what the potential could be when everyone is fully fit. So yeah, of course, you'd have Tell on the right here. Granted, like I said, he is probably more better played as either a center forward or a left winger. Still, though, he can do a job out on the right, and he's not bad at it either. I can just imagine the link up between Son, Solanke, and Kulusevski, and then Tell as well now in there, and then of course Madison is there as well. I think the creative options are just going to be limitless. And one of the bigger reasons why I love this Tell signing is because Tell is really good against low blocks. He's extremely technical, so he's really able to break down these low blocks and get through defenders like that. So I think he's going to be crucial when we go up against more bottom teams that tend to sit back or want us to attack them. So this is huge to get him in the side. And I actually talked about this in one of my TikTok videos, is that Tottenham have a lot of runners, but not a lot of technical players. We have way too many runners on this team, which needs service from other technical players. but we do not have enough technical players. Now this lineup alone looks insanely technical, maybe even too technical. But the good thing about Tell is that he loves to get in behind and make those runs like that, especially him as a center forward as well. I'm just bringing Solanke out here for now. He loves running behind. So of course, when fully fit, this is what we are going to look at. But let's look at what we probably will see on Thursday against Liverpool. Now, this will make sense once I get into the next breakdown, but I just want to add a little bit of breaking news that we've just been told. I'm not too sure. I can't confirm sources 100%. There's like a lot of news going around right now on X, but we feared the worst. It looks like Mickey van de Ven has just sustained another setback in an injury. Apparently, from what Paulo Keith said on Last Word on Spurs, is that after the Elfsborg game, Van de Ven went to the medical team and said, I'm not feeling well, meaning he probably picked up something in the short stint that he had against Elfsborg. So Ange Postecoglou saying the other day that Van de Ven was just being rested, using some ice for Thursday. It's probably not the truth. It looks like he has sustained another injury, guys, and he might be out for the foreseeable future. Major setback potentially, really unfortunate. I'm seeing this is where I'm not too sure. It's 100% confirmed that he has picked up another injury, at least another knock or a setback. But I'm seeing and I'm praying that this is not the case and this is just X overreacting. But it seems like he has just sustained a worse injury than we would have thought, and he might require surgery. I mean, wow, this injury crisis cannot get any worse. And on top of that, the news was broken today, which I had forgot to mention originally, is that Radu Dragusin also has suffered a big injury and has torn his ACL. So he's going to be gone for the rest of the season and probably the beginning of next season as well. ACLs tend to be at least 9 months, guys. So he's going to be gone for a long time. Absolutely gutted. It's such a shame. I'm just at a loss for words about how bad this injury crisis is. And Dragusin's was obviously just pure unluckiness. No one could have ever seen that. I will say this though, for some reason the medical team decided to replay him, even though he picked up the injury, and get him back out there and do some jumps and on the touchline and put him back out there to see if he could continue. Oh my gosh, to see if he could continue. Jeez, sorry guys, to see if he could continue, which may have pushed back his injury even further. So that's not good. It's just not good. This injury crisis is really unfortunate. So, oh boy. So getting back into it, after that horrible news, it looks like this would be our most likely starting 11 versus Liverpool on Thursday. Still way better than what we had before. Obviously, I think Ben Davis goes to the bench and we do Danzo and Gray. I'm not sure if Gray's going to play the left or the right. I think Danzo's more of a right center back than a left, but just, given that Gray is a younger kid, I think it'd be better to put Gray in his strongest position and then let Danzo cope as he is the more experienced center back. So yeah, this is it's probably what we're gonna have to work with, guys. I wasn't too sure what to do here for the forward group / midfield, as I was thinking about maybe putting Richarlison on the bench, starting Tell as the 9 and putting Kulusevski on the right. But I do think that it might be more suitable to put Tell on the right and put Kulusevski in the midfield so we can have that creativity and let Kulusevski just do his thing in the midfield. But I could also definitely see a reality where Tell is the number 9, Kulusevski is on the right, and then we have a Basuma maybe in the midfield, or a Sar as well potentially. So definitely some fluidity here. Yeah, I'm not too sure what Andrew's going to do for this. He has options at least, which is not something that we've had in a long time, but he definitely has options. You could start Tell at the middle and then put Richarlison on the bench, or would it be better to have Tell on the wing? That way you can utilize more of his skill set and give us that threat down the left side or the right side. I am really dreaming of a world where we have a potential link up between a Spence and a Tell. Obviously, Spence on the left side against Brentford was immense, player of the match, super good. So for him to have Kulusevski and Spence there, this left side would be insane. I think Trent is not going to be available for this game. I think he's a doubt. I'm not too sure. That's what I heard. But Mo Salah would obviously be on the side. So I think to have Tell, Kulusevski, and Spence on this left side makes this left side a huge threat. And I think that's where a majority of our chances and goals are going to come from. Obviously, though, playing on the right, I don't know if that's the best idea. You could put him as a striker, or you could put, there's just so many options that we have now just by signing Tell. So that's good to see. But there's definitely fluidity within this to see what we could do here. I'm not too sure what the best option would be, but I am leaning more towards maybe something like this looking like our lineup. So regardless, I think it also could be very beneficial to have Tell on the right side to give that right side more of a threat and keep things more balanced. So yeah, this is potentially how we could line up against Liverpool on Thursday, and I am just eager to see what we could do in this game with Tell in this lineup. This is exactly the type of signing that we needed. This type of signing could literally save us and get us into a final. So I think this will be super big on Thursday to see what we could do here. So to round things up, the 2025 January transfer window is complete. And these are the signings through the door. Mathys, Tell, Kevin Danzo, and earlier in the window, Antonin Kinski. I mean, based off the fact that we left 2 of these for the last couple days, and we didn't even get every single player that we needed to get, it's a little bit underwhelming. Just a little bit underwhelming, I can't lie, guys. I'm super happy that we got Antonin Kinski in at the beginning. We all knew what we needed right away. We played a bunch of games in January before we brought these players in, and you cannot tell me that if we brought in Mathys Tell earlier on, that we would not have at least, bare minimum, picked up at least another win or two. I don't think we would have lost to Leicester if we had Tell in or Danzo. I don't think we lose to Everton if we have Tell or Danzo in. Maybe we lose to Arsenal, probably still, or at least maybe even get a draw, if that. I think there's a bunch of games here where we would have at least got another win or two, or at least gotten another point if we would have had these deals in sooner. So once again, Daniel Levy and the board have failed Ange Postecoglou. Now, I don't want to sound spoiled. I'm grateful that we got Mathys Tell in. I think he's going to be an amazing signing. I think he's going to help us in the second half of the season. However, the laziness and irresponsibility to get these players in at the beginning of the window, like you did with Kinski, has led to Tottenham Hotspur dropping more points than we would have liked. So the loan for Tell is 6 months, but realistically, we're getting him for maybe 4 months. And if we go off of how many Premier League games are left, depending on if we crash out against Liverpool or not, the FA Cup, depending on how far we go in that, Europa League, we maybe get Tell for another, if he plays every single game, maybe like 20, 21, 22-ish games. If we get really lucky and go far in Europa League and the FA Cup, plus get to a final in the Carabao Cup, I mean, it's just embarrassing how this team operates. It's really depressing. So based off of all that together, I am rating this transfer window a 5 out of 10. The irresponsibility of this board to wait this long to get players in is unacceptable. And correct me if I'm wrong here, if I'm not mistaken, if I am really not mistaken at all, guys, based off of what I was seeing around on X and all the news, Tottenham Hotspur were waiting or were eyeing up around 8 center backs during January. 8. There was no reason why we couldn't have gotten Danzo in at the beginning. We put up 70 million for Mark Guehi on the last day. We're looking at 8 center backs. If you wait till the last day to get center backs of the quality that we need, they're not going to come in because the team's not going to sell. Other teams need time to find a replacement for the players that they're going to sell. So if we wait to the last day, we're not going to get who we want in. So once again, Ange Postecoglou has been hamstrung, or Tottenham head coach, might I add, has been hamstrung by Daniel Levy and the board. It is unacceptable, guys. Unacceptable. So like I said, with that and all these things playing a factor, I give this transfer window a 5 out of 10. I'm happy with Tell. I'm obviously happy with Kinski. I'm happy with Danzo. But way too late. We would have needed them sooner. So let's just hope and pray that these players are of the quality that we scouted them for, and that we can get over the line against Liverpool on Thursday. Huge, huge game. Big game. And we really need to win this. We have the opportunity to go to a cup final, guys. A cup final. Ange always wins things in the second season. So Tottenham Hotspur, to dare is to do. Van de Ven seems to be out for that game. I don't know what's happening to him, but he seems to be out. Dragoshin is gone for the rest of the season, and Romero might be dead. I don't know where this guy is. No one knows where Romero is. So mysteriously, Tottenham Hotspur have ended up with less defensive coverage. Even though it's the January transfer window, we end up with less than we went into it with. Welcome to Tottenham Hotspur. Make sure to like and subscribe for more content. Thank you so much for 66 subscribers. This channel is growing slowly but surely. My last video did really, really well, guys, so make sure to go check that out if you haven't. And I will catch you in the next one, guys. Thank you so much. Come on, you Spurs.